Welcome back, man. This is Cash Club, man. We got a good one today. We definitely have a good one today, man. We got to get into there's some good basketball news, but there's drama, and you know we all about the drama, man. So we got another reaction here, but also I'm giving a lot of commentary because Pat Bev, man, has been going through it lately, man. Don't like to give Rashad McCants too many W's, but since he dissed him in the pod over there, you know, it hasn't been good. So I want to jump into that. I think somebody made a video about it, about his return back. So let's react to that. A lot of snakes in this story. When they say watch out for the snakes, this is what they're talking about, man. So let's jump into the video. Let's get a good reaction.
And gave an opportunity to just snaked him out, slimed him out, did him dirty for his own show, took his show right from under him, man. To be fair, Pat Bev is not completely blameless in this situation. He does have some accountability that he needs to take, because if he didn't make the mistakes that he made, they wouldn't have the room to snake him out of his own stuff. So a couple of months ago,
I'm going to say this here. If I'm being honest here, I do hate that when black people say that. You can still partner up and it works out like it does with Gil's Arena or a lot of different podcasts, but these are some times where it doesn't work out. But the fact that they can have that podcast still, again, they renamed it from Pat Bev Podcast to Hooping and Hollering. The fact that they can still run it with that same cast is weird, and that's extremely weird. Same producers and everything. I think that's extremely super weird. But it's not always a bad thing. So I just want to say that I'm going to try not to interrupt too much. Obviously, I want to give a lot of commentary. So let's get to it.
Pat Bev was arrested on some pretty serious charges. And because of these charges, he had to take a step back from the show.
Well, a former Houston Rockets player is speaking out tonight after his arrest in Fort Bend County. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Daniela Guzman. Keith Garvin is off. Patrick Beverly was arrested at his home early this morning. He's charged with assault, family violence involving a household member. KPRC2 News reporter Corley Peel joining us now live about why Beverly's attorney says his arrest is a big misunderstanding.
Daniela, Patrick Beverly's attorney sent us a statement saying that he was defending his little sister at the time of that incident. Beverly is also cautioning the public about these allegations. Hours after bonding out of jail, Patrick Beverly posted on X saying, "Please don't believe everything you see on the internet. Hope all is well. Love." Fort Bend County deputies showed up to the former Rockets player's home before 4 a.m. Deputies say a situation transpired between family members, leading to a family violence incident. He was arrested and later made his $40,000 bond. Details about the crime are not clear. Beverly's attorney released a statement saying in part, he cares deeply about his little sister, a young lady, a minor. Given that when he unexpectedly found her alone in the home with an 18-year-old man in the middle of the night, he was understandably concerned, as any brother would be, about his sister. However, we don't believe what followed happened the way it's been described, and we look forward to the opportunity to address that in court.
See, I'm just going to be real with y'all, right? This is how I truly feel. If my sister, for example, did some shit like this, and obviously maybe the father's not around, maybe you're the man in the house, right? And I get called over there, and I see my minor sister there with an 18-year-old, and I think she's like 15. So that's really weird. That's like weird. It's like, what the fuck? If she don't have my back, you will never get another dollar from me the rest of your life. I swear to God, when I please get there, me, you, because his mom was there also, and it's just maybe the boyfriend saying, oh, he put his hands on me. Everybody was like, no, you lying? If you don't have my back, I will never speak with you again. You will starve. You cannot live in any property that I own. I don't care. My mom is not allowed to give you any money. Maybe she'll give you a little bit, but like, that is dead. That's ridiculous. I'm the money man here, and you're putting my career in jeopardy, my post-career, which is even more delicate. Because at least with Hoop, they gonna let a lot of shit slide. When it comes to this internet shit, this analyst shit, commentating shit, it's gonna mess up a lot. So I'm not saying he wanted to do this, but to say he wanted to go on Fox Sports or ESPN, that might get canceled for a while because of all this controversy. So yes, if this is my sister, I'm not dealing with you. It's gonna take a lot for me to deal with you again, because if the police came and you didn't give them the same story that I gave of I probably broke it up, I maybe pushed him out of the house, but if you said I physically assaulted you or did some weird shit like that, you cut the fuck off. You have to be cut off, bro. There's no way that we could ever be cool again. So I just gotta say that.
And Beverly's attorney adds that he does not have a criminal record. This is an ongoing investigation, and we will keep you updated.
They're also accusing him of putting hands on his sister when he found her in the house with the 18-year-old. Now, the sister, I believe, put out her side of things, or the police apparently put out the sister side of things because they talked to her, and they claimed that Patrick didn't walk in on them, that she was hanging out with the dude earlier today. Patrick heard about it. He came home from out of town, and he did what he did to her. So that was the accusation, okay? And shortly afterward...
Doesn't matter. If I hear that you was hanging out with an 18-year-old and I find that out, and this is confirmed that his mom hit him up like, she's not listening to me, or some stuff like that, like she's around this dude, I had to come over there because I got a call. It's not like I came across and I came in on some hot boy shit. I was called over there. You are cut off. I'm no longer dealing with you, you weird little girl. You ruined a whole show that was actually doing pretty okay, that we could have took it to the next level, especially with me, Jay Will, because Jay Will just joined within the last 4 months. Jason Williams, if you don't know, he's a former NBA player. And a dude named Rone, who was his co-host. If you're messing up with my money, you are cut off. I don't understand this. Did he do some dumb shit going over there, trying to be Mr. Tough Guy? I get it, but it's your sister. So, like, this shit probably leaves your brain. You're like, hold on, this is weird. My minor sister's with an 18-year-old man. I get it, bro. I have family. I get it, but this is completely ridiculous. The fact that this is even a thing is crazy. And the fact that she went against that, you're cut off. I'm the money machine and you do that. Now, if I genuinely did some horrible shit, like, and beat you up or beat both of y'all up, get it. There's physical evidence. This is no-brainer. Cool. But if it's because you said I grabbed your hood or grabbed your arm, yeah, cut off. I will never deal with you in life.
Words. Dave Portnoy came out because Patrick Beverly, his podcast was independent at some point. It was independent, but he signed over to Barstool shortly before his incident. So once the incident happened, Dave Portnoy had the power to tell Patrick Beverly that he can't really come back on the podcast until the court case is over.
Yeah, no, obviously horrific.
Which there's nothing wrong with that. We're going to watch Portnoy kind of break that down, but there's nothing wrong with doing that. Like, as a business, protect yourself. So, especially in these charges and these allegations are heinous, so I get it.
Police report. I don't, no matter how bad, whatever it is, I saw Rone's speech on it, I thought it was good. Like, that's his life. And he's got to figure all this out. It's horrible. He is taking time, forced time away from Barstool. And we'll see if this turns out somehow not true. Like, we'll let the facts play out. Certainly with what is hanging there, we can't have them be part of what we're doing right now. And we got to see how it settles. But this is horrible, how it read. And if there's any truth to it, he won't be back at Barstool.
So you wait till like the trial almost?
Yes, yes. Like, there's no reason on my end to move unusually quick here.
No.
It's like a very serious issue. So before the police report came out, we still were going to do the pod, still do it. We had his version of events. Police report comes out, brutal. Call him, hey, like, just saw this police report. We can't be working with you right now. Figure out your life, figure out whatever's going on in here, and we will regroup when there's a resolution on whatever this is. That's kind of...
Just so you guys have more history.
I'm not gonna lie, as for me personally, just as a business owner, I get it. In his mind, he said, hey, I can get accused of something. I don't want people to cut me off. I can get if you're just like, hey, until the trial happens, until you're proven not guilty, we want you to step away. Perfectly fine. But one thing I respect is that he said, hey, just step away until you get it solved. Which Pat Bev, to me, seems like he heard that, accepted that, and understood, like, he gets it. He's a man of, he has his own money. He's made a lot of money. He gets like, hey, this is a bad thing. I don't want to bring this to nobody's organization. Let me step back from not even him, but even the pod. But let me get it solved. And don't, instead of like, no, you're cut off just because of the allegation. And that's where we're in a society like this, and not trying to get too political because I'm not a right wing or this crazy person like that at all. But at the same time, like, I do get it. Like, hey, don't fucking just, I lose everything because somebody just makes a crazy accusation. I get it. It's your sister, so that's even more like, oof, that's weird. But let's hear the full story first. So I don't know. I do have respect for that, but I get that as a business owner. I can't just have you on camera and you just have this case looming over your head, and then you get charged guilty. Then I'm like, all right, you're gone. It's bad for PR, bad for optics, bad for relationships, bad for business. So I just understand that. So next, let's get into his background. He's gonna get into the background of his old podcast partner Rome, as you see in the middle, right here. He's the one he started the podcast with. You see the guy in the middle actually almost was like little brother to Pat Beverly. So this gets real wicked.
History on his podcast. It started off as the Patrick Beverly podcast with Rome. Pat Bev was giving his kid Rome, who's a relatively nobody, who nobody knows. Pat Bev put him on a show with.
That's so wrong. I mean, he's a battle rapper, y'all. I'm not saying he's a prominent battle rapper, but he is a battle rapper. And that's not my mouse, by the way. If you see that, it's not mine. But yeah, he's a prominent battle rapper, so we can't just say he's nobody.
And already built audience because Pat Bev is already insanely famous. So he gave Rome an opportunity. Now, when Barstool stepped in, they changed the name of the show to Hoopin' and Hollin'.
What do you think about when Karl Malone gets included on teams like this?
I like it. I mean, I think he's top 20 greatest players to play.
You think Karl Malone is? But what about his off the court stuff? You know, does that factor in at all?
I really don't know a lot of off the court stuff about Karl Malone.
He got a 13-year-old pregnant. Timeout. You need.
Hey, that was all our faces when we found out about Karl Malone doing that weird. That was all of our faces. This is all of our faces. I get it, Pat Bev. You like what? Wait, hold on. Oh man, Pat Bev or Karl Malone, you wildin'. So I get the face. That was just hilarious to me. I understand that face.
Timeout. A 30-second.
No, fool.
Fool.
I need a fucking full timeout. You wait a second. I have a question.
Talk to me.
When you said 13-year-old pregnant, was he 16?
I think it was a grown-up. Let's check. He was 20 and he got a 13-year-old pregnant. That doesn't seem cool to me.
That's wild.
Once they moved the show to Barstool, Pat Bev was able to get Rome a big check. Rome was able to get paid to be a podcaster now. Pat Bev will also bring in one of his homies, Jason Williams, who is an NBA OG. Jason Williams was on another podcast called The OGs that was a failure, by the way. Like, that podcast was doing like 10,000 views a week, and they canceled it. They stopped doing it. They just stopped doing it. So Pat Bev brought on Jason Williams to his podcast. First episode did crazy numbers. Second episode, crazy numbers. I say that to say Pat Bev was kind of confused why he would be off his own show or why the show would continue without him. But nonetheless, Pat was confident in his guys because he put those guys in place. He put Rome in place. Nobody knew who Rome was before Pat Bev. Pat Bev put Jason Williams in place in terms of the podcasting game. So Pat thought, my guy's going to handle business. I'm going to take care of this case and come back.
You can't assume that in business. And, you start messing across lines, you can't trust everybody. You get what I'm saying? So you should not have thought that. Now, if it was still called the Pat Bev podcast, that would be some bullshit. Now we wilding out. Now we being wild. Now this is crazy. Now I feel away. Now I'm going to still feel away. But, this is crazy. But if I brought in somebody who's never been a podcaster, who wasn't that famous, again, he was a battle rapper. He did okay. And Jay Will, who came from a failing podcast, I should get all the chances I get. And y'all should never, ever disrespect me by doing this. So we got to jump into this because this is just crazy.
So Pat Bev case got handled. It got resolved. Somehow, some way, it got resolved. I think the charges got dropped of that sort, but it's resolved now. So Pat Bev called Dave Portnoy and said, hey, Dave, podcast got, the charges got resolved. I was not found guilty. I'm coming back.
My feelings towards Barstool.
This is one of the most mature responses. Again, I have to stop between each segment. YouTube rules, not mine. But I'll make it quick. This is very mature response. I think this is a very good business response. You don't want to make yourself radioactive by going at a network because I don't think Barstool's in the wrong, but I think this is a very good response to everybody in the situation to be like, maybe I could work with him in the future. So let's get into Pat Bev's. He's going to break down the whole thing of what, from his perspective, what happened after he beat this case and even how people treat him during and after this case. So it's pretty crazy.
As you guys know, that I'm not on, I'm currently not on Hoopin' and Hollering right now. it came as a surprise a little bit, right? Actually shocked a little bit due to the fact that this show was the Pat Bev pod with Rone less than 6 months ago. So I get a call, right, through this whole process, right, this whole case process, right? I haven't been able to like really post anything with Barstool, you know, just until everything was over with. Dave has done a phenomenal job being communication-wise, right, allowing me to still be with Barstool, but, you know, basically until I get my shit in order, you feel me, like, come back when you're not hot type of vibes, and I understood it. So now that, you know, everything has been, you know, the truth came out and everything is over with, I'll call Dave, like, okay, cool. It's time to get back on the pod.
Now, again, if he said it just like that, I mean, that's a great, hey, that's time, or I'll beat that kid. No, we're going to do it. We got to really set this up. And again, he's probably doing that behind the scenes. And maybe this is just a quick, like, synopsis of what happened. But if he did say, like, hey, I want to give a speech now that I beat this is going to come out, I get that. And if I'm being real, if I'm giving my perspective from this, it should have been a smooth transition. Obviously, there's steps you got to go through. So it's probably you got to talk about it on the pod. You got to make a statement, probably like sitting like this. Yeah, and then we're going to bring you back into the fold because you are a prominent figure. You're famous. People know you. You've had battles with the biggest NBA stars in history, you know, going LeBron to Westbrook and other people, even Steph. So I do agree. Like, hey, Nate, this is my show. Like, Deanna, this is my show. And you don't hear him break down how this is really his show. And this is some bullshit. So let's jump back.
Like, what's up? You feel me? Dave say, have you talked to the guys? And I'm like, okay. I don't know why I got to talk to them, but all right. I hit the group chat.
Dave Portnoy is the boss. He's the CEO. So why is Dave Portnoy?
I'm going to skip through this because I kind of want to get into what Pat Bev was saying. Where is that? Let's get back to it. Yeah, because this I want to hear him fully break this down.
After dude was a whole blown snake.
And you through this whole time, right? And I don't want to harp too much on this, but through this whole time, like I ain't heard a word from Rone. Right? Not one word. Not is you okay? Is family okay? Is mom okay? Is sister okay? Not a word. Right? And I'm an emotional type of dude, so y'all let me know if I'm in my feelings or not. I hit the group like, yo.
You are not in your feelings. Now, I get it. Some people like, hey, he's going through something. I don't want to overload him, and some people are like that because I am like that in some situations. But in a situation like this where I know this is affecting his career, his mental health, his whole family, this is a family issue too. As a co-host who he low-key kind of put me on, I'm at least going to send him a text or at least a call a week. Hey, man, you good? Let me know if you need anything. Let me know if I'm overloading you. Something. If I don't hit you up the whole 3-4 months, that's fake as fuck to me. That's weird. It's some snake shit. It's some weird shit they always do, but it's some weird shit. And I'm gonna be like, that's even fucking weird. That's weird. Like, I can get Dave because he's just the boss. And again, he has 50 million shows. He has so much. He's busy. Rome, you're my co-host and you don't reach out once. Jay Will, I don't know. He don't really bring up Jay Will, but kind of insinuates nobody over there at all reach out to him. That's fake and that's weird. And it just shows what is business. And you can do a podcast with someone and still it's business. When you try to personalize and say you're my brother and all this, sometimes it can mess it up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes just keep a business relationship business. And I think in the future that's gonna help him. But yeah, I would feel away though. I would definitely feel away like y'all niggas fake. But discovering somebody's fake or it's just business or you guys are not as close as you think, it's a tough pill to swallow. So I do get it.
You know, I'm back, boys. I'm ready to work. You feel me? Like, man, stuff is past, man. Y'all been holding down. I'm ready to get back to work. Rone reach out to me, man. I know you glad this is over, this. I'm like, all right, so okay, when do we start? And then they go quiet. And I'm like, They like, have you talked to anybody? I'm like, talk to anybody? Like, I talked to Dave. Dave say, have I talked to y'all? I talked to y'all. Y'all tell me, have I talked to somebody else? So me and Dave get on the phone. And Dave, shout out to Dave too, man.
You know how that game go with them people, brother. You know how I go with those people, brother. Don't be stupid. They gonna put you down. They gonna take their money for themselves every time. You know that. Don't be dumb. You from out west. You should know this. Come on.
Solid dude since day one. Like from him finding me into where I am right now, media wise, he's been a phenomenal, right? I talked to Dave, and Dave hit me like, yeah, the guys wanted me to reach out and tell you that they want to keep going how the pod is now. You know, you've been gone for 3 months, and they want to, just keep that going right now. And I'm like, what guys? Like, what guys are you talking about? Like, he's like, the guys from the pod. And I'm like, why are you telling me this? Like, why hasn't, you feel me? I'm talking about producers. Like, I'm talking about I got people who produce the show currently. I had them sleeping on my couch in my house, bought them.
Man, woo! I've been there before when niggas do whole shit like this. I get it. Where you're just like, bro, so my own friends that I'm in a group chat with are telling my boss to have a conversation about me because they don't want me to be on the show no more. You niggas are that big of cowards that you wouldn't just tell me in a group like, hey man, we should, and do that. Instead, you're gonna bring it to the boss. That's what they do though. This is what people do. That shit is fucking cowardly as fuck to me. That type of shit, I would crash out. I'm crashing out. Obviously within reason. But there's no shit, showing love. I am talking to them like dogs. Like, you know what I did for y'all? And y'all kicked me off my own podcast about me getting lied on? About allegations that were dropped within 3 months without a trial? And you gonna do this to me? And the allegations weren't even that crazy. The allegation is that he grabbed his sister up for dating, and obviously not hard. Remember, he ain't choke her. I don't know what they said. They said he might have choked her, but it came out later on that, like, it came out that he might have grabbed her arm, like, hey, why the fuck you meeting with a fucking grown-ass man at 18 and you 15? Sit your little ass down somewhere. And y'all cut me off like that and don't have the decency to say it? And Rome trying to hit me, glad it's over, bro. That's fake, man. You fake as hell. That's some fake ass shit, brother. I don't care what nobody say. I get it. Some shit is like, ooh, that's crazy. Even if he was going through a trial right now, I get it. But he beat that shit, and all you can say, I'm glad you're done with that shit. And you don't even tell him, like, because you know in that room how people are feeling about him coming back. Because how did they get that message like, let's work? You told them that, those producers. And what you think those producers did? I don't know. And they were probably on the fence about it. And at least you knew they were on the fence about it. Obviously, you might say you don't know that they went to the higher ups about it. Cool. But you knew. And they had to consult you when they said, we don't want him on the pod. That's bullshit to me. That's bullshit. They had to tell you, we don't want you on that pod, man. So that shit's fake as fuck, bro. It's just shit you deal with when you in this industry, man. I get it. We get it.
Beds, have my chef cook them meals. Like,
This Patrick Bev story, bruh, should be such a lesson and a warning to all of y'all out there, man. Yo, a lot of y'all have the heart and the mind. Y'all will do for others before y'all do for yourselves, yo. A lot of y'all watching this video, y'all will have your last $100. One of your homies called me, bro, can I borrow 75? You gonna give him the 75 out your last 100. Cause you are an empath. You just care for people. Now they calling you because they think you got your stuff together because you don't ask for nothing. But you struggling too, and you giving your last to everybody else. But they won't do it for you. You will give others opportunities. The same people you giving opportunities won't even think about throwing you under the bus if that means keeping their opportunity.
That's the realest shit. That's the realest shit. I have friends before about this. I gotta take care of this person, do all this. Get yourself right first, man. Because they're gonna do, when they get it, they ain't gonna do the same for you. They might, or they won't. Get yourself right first. This is gonna be a good lesson because I get the same anger. He gets it. Flacco here, Poetic Flacco, who I'm reacting to right now. He understands that. They're gonna slime you out. And it's the anger to it because we knew this was gonna happen, brother. You the only person there over like with the, with your complexion. They got Gillian Wallow, but you're very limited over there. They're gonna do you wrong. They're gonna do you wrong when they can. When they get that leg up, they're gonna push you to the side. Thank you for the leg up. We're gonna step on your head and get above you. That's what's gonna happen. To me, honestly, I don't think this podcast is gonna last. Because the numbers have been bad since he left. They're like 20K. When he was there, at least it was 100 or right near 100 plus, like per live, hour podcast. That was like 20K. It's not doing well. And it's like, if you guys knew this, even when he was gone, it wasn't doing the best. Why would you not want him back? I don't get this. This is weird. So this to me is weird. So that's why I'm like, I want to give Dave some, but I don't know if he was influenced. I don't know. This is just a weird situation. I don't understand it, but I do understand his anger. And I agree. I double down on this opinion of look out for yourself when it comes to business. Or if you've messed up like this out in this world, you scraping by, you have a little extra cash, and people, you got to help somebody out every month. If they not your kid or your sick parent, don't do it. Maybe a sibling, but like, don't let nobody use you up, because once they get it and you broke, they ain't gonna reciprocate. I'm not gonna say it not every time, but you get nasty out here. Just letting y'all know.
The people you showing love to and giving opportunities to won't do the same for you. They living in self-preservation mode. You living like trying to take care of everybody, and they self-preserving while you giving yourself. They suffer while you giving it. Eventually, man, you run out of things to give, and now they is living good. Because while you was giving.
I agree with this, but I want to skip to my own commentary, so I can't listen to it fully. But I fully endorse that message. So let's get back to it. Pat Bev, he's going to talk about it more and then get even more wicked.
Listen, man, I just heard it, man. I don't know what's going on, Pat.
I still ain't heard from him. Excuse me if I feel some type of way, y'all. Excuse me. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong. You feel me? I'm wrong a lot. But I'm a real dude, so y'all let me know if I'm wrong or not, if I'm feeling this type of way. I say, Dave, why are you telling me this? Like, why ain't nobody from the pod, like, telling me this? Yeah, they told me to reach out to you, right? And I'm like, okay, so what you saying? Like, what you saying? I'm just saying that, guys don't want you on the pod. I'm like, but we was just doing numbies on the pod, right? We was, me, J. Will, Rone, first episode, 119,000. Second episode, 94,000. Like, you feel me? Like, we've been doing numbies. Like, I say, all right, cool, right? Cool. And Dave told we chop it off about 30 minutes, right? We hang up. I hit Rone. Text him. Like, damn, dog, like, you could have warned me about the bullet I was about to get, right? I thought we was friends, right? I thought we was, you feel me? Like, but regardless, it's always love, Rone. You know the vibes. Like, you know the vibes. You feel me? Like, you Brody, to me still, right? Like, you know the vibes. Rone hit me back like, yeah, man, I just found out 15 minutes ago before you talked to Dave. Like, I guess they made a business decision. So I'm really confused right now, right?
Nigga, if that's not the most bullshit anybody's heard, I don't know what is. That is like the equivalent of that one homie that steal that help you look for the phone. That is that. That is cowardly. You knew what it was. I found out 15 minutes before you got on. Nigga, you should have texted me immediately if you my dog. You should have been on the phone sending that text like, damn, bro, they ain't gonna bring you back. You the on-star, you the on-air talent. You the talent. These producers can't tell you what to do. This is not a movie. This is a podcast studio. He is running so many shows. He don't care. He wouldn't care if Pat Bev is back on there. If that was my dog, I didn't know we didn't want to do the show no more. Like, wait, what? He got cleared and y'all still on this? What are we doing over here? No, I'm rap. I'm good on this, bro. I'm good. I ain't messing with this one. That's crazy, bro. That they'll sit there and do this to people. And if he crashed out, he the angry person. He's gonna get labeled. He gonna get all this shit on him, but they gonna be cool. This is snake shit. And I'm glad he told the story. I'm glad he didn't shoot himself in the foot by sounding angry, talking shit, sounding jealous. Anything that could distract from what happened. I think this is the perfect delivery of how to tell this. no animosity. He's made his money, so he's not like super thirsty for bread. But I know in him, he's like, if you could take him off camera and say you put him back on the block and this happened, that's a fight. Like, nigga, I'm gonna fight y'all. It's up. Rome, I lost a lot of respect for you, and I really liked you on the pod. When you and Pat were doing it, even when you bring in Jay Will, I think that was a great trio. But you telling me as an on-air talent, they said, oh, the producers are, y'all brought them in. It's not like it's Barstool's producers. Y'all brought those producers in to Barstool. That's the difference. If these are Barstool's producers, I get it. But you brought these niggas in. You have dominion over them to be like, I want him back on the show. I want him back on the show. Jay Will too. Fake. If he brought you on, y'all both on-air talent. Y'all the show. We want him back. F the producers. Or who wants to stay, stay. Whoever wants to leave, go. It's not that deep. It's a podcast. But this is crazy. This is completely ridiculous. I'm gonna jump back into this, but that shit, it does anger me, man. Because this is, if this story is true, and again, they haven't put anything out to deny it, then this is crazy.
Right? I'm really confused. If we live in a place where it's innocent until proven guilty, and I'm innocent, I don't understand why. Like. But that's a whole nother story.
Man, that's the video, man. It was crazy to me. To be honest, and I'm watching this one next right here. Pat Bev, he actually explains the rest, goes through it. It's on his channel right now. Obviously I don't have a lot, but any support I can give, I will. I hate how this ended for him. And hopefully he can get some justice, man, because that shit's not right. To me, I don't mess with that at all. But let me know what you think. Let me know if you think he's guilty, if you don't think he's telling the truth, whose side you're on. Dave Portnoy, the podcast, or his, because to me, I think it's 3 different sides here. Let me know any breakdowns in the story, something that doesn't make sense. Let's argue. But like, comment, subscribe, man. I'm obviously trying to build a community. I love doing this. Love doing these reactions. Love putting out my own content. We have the podcast starting Monday. Instead of doing virtual, we'll be in the studio. So happy about that. Get some claps there. But yeah, man, give this video hype. Let me know what you think, man. This is Cash Club Reacts, and I'm out.